Hey there friends, and thanks for joining me again, and today I have a video on how to organize any space in 3 steps, and it really is that easy. So, there are a lot of reasons why we would like to get things organized. Sometimes it helps us save a lot of time, when we're just spending so much time trying to find things that we know we have, in order to get to those things, it just takes all this time trying to dig for them and whatnot, so it can really help save time. Money, it can also save a lot of money knowing where everything is, because then instead of, having things and then forgetting that we had it and then buy it and then realize later we already had something like it or whatnot, it can really help save money. Or even if we know we have it, we're just, too intimidated by the mess and the unorganized area that we have to go and dig through in order to find it, that we don't want to actually do it. So we may be tempted to buy something we even know we already have. And there's other benefits, of course, too. Having a nice organized space makes us feel good. If we have company come over unexpectedly or whatnot, we don't feel like, oh no, everything looks bad or whatnot. And it can also add a lot of mental clarity to have a space nice and organized. So, having everything look really good and everything can make us more productive when we're working, or, make it more efficient when we're cleaning and things like that. So, there's lots of benefits to having a nice organized space. And it doesn't have to take a lot of time, it doesn't have to take a lot of money, and it doesn't have to be a daunting task either. Unfortunately, sometimes on the internet though, when we're on Facebook or YouTube or whatnot, it just seems like everybody has everything together. They're showing their afters, or even a before picture, but it's kind of slightly picked up and it's not even all that bad. And then we compare to ourselves and we're like, oh, mine looks really bad. So I'm going to go ahead and take you through an actual project that I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead and organize my under TV cabinet, which is nicely behind this door, but I'm going to open it in a second, so prepare yourselves because it doesn't look pretty. I haven't done anything to fix it, so it looks really bad. And then I'm going to go ahead and take you through the 3 steps to actually get it done. So let's go ahead and get started. So here we go. I warned you. Alright, here we go. It's bad. I know it's bad, but I can honestly say it usually doesn't look like this. What we usually have going on here, we have 3 things that I need to store here. Cat food, and then other cat items, so like the cat treats and some cat brushes and other things like that, and then some work gloves. That's what this space is supposed to be for. But I think what happened is someone went to go to dig for some work gloves and maybe had to dig for a certain pair they wanted, and then that pile that was behind the cat food got messed up, and then maybe someone went to dig for a cat brush and then that got mixed up with the gloves, and then it looked jumbled and messy, so somebody added something that wasn't supposed to be here in with the mix, and then that looked even more jumbled, and then people are like, oh well, it's a dumping ground now, and so they started adding other stuff that really didn't need to be here. So what I'm going to do is step 1. Step 1 is identifying the area that needs reorganized, its purpose, which again, my 3 things: cat food, cat treats, and other cat-like items, and work gloves. That's it. And then set a goal. And for me, my goal is going to be to get those things, nicely organized so that this doesn't look like a dumping ground for somebody to just mess up again, and to make those items easy to get to. But again, if you were doing somewhere else, like say you were trying to organize a closet or whatnot, it can be, I just want to get to my clothes that I actually use easier. Or say you want to do a kitchen, and you want, many of the items that you're using every day to be easier to get to without it being so difficult or whatnot. So yeah, set your goal depending on the space that you're doing, and then we're going to move on to step 2, which is going to be to purge. I like to separate my items into a few categories to make sure that I'm sorting things out as I'm purging. So if you were organizing, say, a closet again, you don't have to take everything out of your closet. You can just kind of go through the things and then sort it into the categories accordingly. For me, and in this case, just because it is such a horrible jumbled mess, I'm going to go ahead and take everything out of here. And then I'm going to be sorting it into a keep pile, a section of stuff I'm going to keep for this area here. I'm going to have another keep pile, which is going to be a keep. I want, these items still, but they just don't belong here, so they need to be stored somewhere else. I'm going to have a sell pile. Maybe not for this particular area, but that is a pile I usually do depending on the area I'm organizing elsewhere. And then those are going to be items that are still good. They still have a lot of value. We're just maybe not using them, and so there's something I could just throw on Craigslist and make some money on. There's going to be a donate pile. These are going to be items that are still good and useful and still have value, but not necessarily good enough to sell. And then there's going to be a trash pile. Things that we really just don't even need anymore. Anything else in here that we really don't need, you know, is just throw away. So that's how I'm going to go ahead and sort this out. And so I'm going to move on to that step, and I'm going to start sorting this awful mess down, and we're going to see what we find. An added benefit to going through your things and organizing, you find things you forgot you had. And I found a toy my cat clearly missed. Okay, so I went ahead and sorted everything out, and I relocated everything that didn't belong. I threw a bunch of stuff away, and I even found some things to donate. So here we are on to step 3, and that is going to be to put all the like items together. So you're going to want to use different organizational devices and things like that. There's lots of stuff out there: boxes, bags, bins, containers, hooks, baskets, cups, you name it. There are lots of items out there that are specifically designed for helping to organize, and they are usually pretty inexpensive. So I usually use ones from the dollar store, or like these ones were actually, for the 3 bins that I did end up using, was like $4 at Walmart. So yeah, very helpful. So I stored all of the I've sorted all the like items together, and then I am actually going to store them in here. So they're going to be much easier to get to and to find everything that you're looking for, with my cat stuff in the front one, and then all my work gloves there in the back, and of course the cat food here in the front. And so yeah, it makes it a lot easier to get to everything. And now that it looks all nice and neat, it's going to be harder for us to, you know, get it a big jumbled mess again, because it just doesn't look like anything else belongs here, and there's obviously not space for it, so it'll stay this way. Definitely want to utilize some vertical space, especially if you have a tight amount of space to use, or a smaller, you know, room and things like that. So go ahead and, you know, use stackable items. Like this bin is obviously stackable to help create more space, so that can definitely be helpful. But yeah, just find some inexpensive organizational things to get all that stuff sorted, and much easier to get to what it is you're looking for. Okay, so there you have it, friends. 3 easy steps to clean up and organize any space in your house, and then you can start saving yourself time and money and feeling better about yourself. Really super simple. Just identify the area, define what its purpose is, come up with that goal, purge, which again, you know, I sort things into 2 main categories: keep and get rid of. Keep being keep in the area you want to put the stuff in, and then keep to put elsewhere, and then to get rid of, whether it's sell, donate, or throw away. And then of course use those bins. Anything there is out there, you know, there's lots of different organizational systems, so you can just pick whatever works best for you and keep those like items together, and then everything will hopefully stay that way. So I hope this video was helpful to you and not just embarrassing for me, because I understand that, you know, kind of put myself out there with my dirty little secret, literally, and you know, I really did, you know, want to show it to you so that you wouldn't end up feeling bad about yourself, you know, in case you have a mess yourself. Because, you know, not everybody's house is polished and perfect, you know. There really is some wiggle room, you know. We live our lives, we try our best, and so if things aren't perfect in your life, it's okay, you know. They're not perfect in mine either, so don't feel bad. You know, just do your best, and, you know, get it when you can, and then things will be a lot better. So anyway, again, I hope this video was helpful to you. Thanks for joining me for another Quick Tip Tuesday, where I put out quick tips on Tuesdays, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.